That's a mandolin with the neck glued on, fingerboard on. We've got to take all the wood off that isn't the neck, and the first part of that will be on the bandsaw. For that though, we put this little bit of white wood in. That's a false nut. It's to stop us crashing up against the end of the fingerboard when we're doing the sanding and damaging the end of the fingerboard. It'll be taken out later on. This looks a bit aggressive, and it is. Next job is essentially the same, whether it be guitar neck or mandolin neck. Taking the surplus off on a bandsaw, the rest has got to be done by hand. Now, I'm getting older every day and my hands are a bit of a mess, so the heavy work of the next few minutes will be done by Superman 1, Alex. Alex has done the heavy work on that, and I can go down and do some of the lighter bits. The back of the heel needs trimming off. Nothing nicer than the sound of a sharp chisel going across a nice piece of wood. Anyway, now that's going to go here. Good old trusty Japanese chisel. First of all, I'm just going to form the shape of what you might call the volute at the end of the head, just by taking little slivers. Right, that's the rough shape. Basically, I'm rubbing the bevel runs against the wood, and I'll lower the blade into the wood until it starts cutting. So to change the depth of cut, I simply change the angle. I'm using the line of the edge of the fingerboard as a visual guide to where the straight line further around the shape needs to be. I'm going to come back to the volute and finish that off. I'll try to generate a nice curve at the back and blend the swing of the chisel in to the shape of the neck. At the moment I haven't checked the depth of the thickness of the neck. I'll do it in a minute, but I'm not far off. I tend to work by feel rather than by measurement. But okay, back to my bench over here. I'll just check the thickness. 22-23 mil is going to be around about right. It's 24, so I can afford to take a little bit more off. That's okay. Okay. This is blending the shape that Alex made with the shape that I've made. Trying not to chisel myself. You need an eye for shape really, but once you know what you're doing, it becomes easier and easier. You can recognise there's a little bit of wood that you don't want it to be there. Human beings do this sort of work very, very well. It isn't necessary. I've gone quite slow there. It isn't necessary to do all this sort of thing by machine. That took me, I don't know, might have been 10 minutes. But we're only making 100 a year. There's no need to invest in masses of machinery to do that. I love machines, there's no doubt. I love machines, but I also love handwork. And that's a perfect mandolin neck. Just needs to be sanded, but we start the lacquering process. So,